Locked up, stripped and raped in turn by 5 men, a 26-year-old woman jumped off a balcony to save herself without a shred of clothing on her. But the citizens of the national capital merely looked on. Another attack on a Northeastern student in Bengaluru jolts the city. Student allegedly beaten up, forced to lick the landlord's shoes.
We are very, very disappointed with Shiv Sena because in Saving RA was part of their manifestos.
Over 3,000 trees could be cut down as the Mumbai Development Plan 2034 makes it clear that a car shed will be built on Mumbai's green lung. The Save RA protest gained steam following the tabling of that plan. Straight up Delhi, shame on the eve of Holi. A 26-year-old woman was raped and stripped in East Delhi's Pandav Nagar area. The accused allegedly locked up the victim in a flat and they took turns to rape her. Now, in a bid to escape, the victim jumped off from the balcony of the flat, but despite escaping from her assaulter's clutches, her horror continued as citizens looked on, not offering help to the victim who didn't even have a shred of clothing on her. A case has now been registered at the Pandav Nagar police station and 5 men have been arrested in the case. Priyank gets us the report.
See, the first statement of the victim in these kind of cases is the most important thing for any investigating officers. On the basis of a statement, all these 4 accused were arrested from the spot. This is what the DCP of the area and Joint CP of the area has told us. But I was just talking to the DCP once again. He said that the moment the ERV, which is the emergency response vehicle, spotted the victim, she was wearing clothes, and probably these 4 accused who got scared that some strict action will be taken against them. They probably gave the clothes to the victim before they could have left from the spot. All these 4 accused were arrested. What we know that the victim was known to one of them. She lives in South Delhi, and for the pre-Holi celebration, she was at her friend's residence. And soon 3 more friends of the victim's friend joined the main accused, and later on they attempted to rape the victim. The medical legal certificate of the government hospital has also proved rape in this particular FIR, which has been filed by the Delhi police. And soon after that, all these 4 accused have been arrested. But the way people have responded, it was early in the morning, around 5:45, when the victim was first spotted in a residential complex of Pandav Nagar area, and the CCTV clearly establishes that there were men who spotted the victim, and they did not try to help her. And that's quite a common phenomena these days in the national capital, because no one actually, even after giving so much of coming out and talking on social networking site, people talk so much, but actually when they come in this kind of situation, they prefer to move away and not to help the victim. This is what once again has happened in this particular incident of gang rape, which happened yesterday early morning when the victim was first spotted by the emergency response team. Delhi police is saying that they acted very swiftly and all these 4 people were arrested, but the basic question remains that the sensitization program, the community policing program, has totally failed in this particular incident of gang rape, because there have been time and again when senior officials have visited several districts to sensitize people, and which has miserably failed in this incident.
We are joined by activist Brinda Adige now on the phone line. Brinda, appalling incident from Delhi again, and what is even more appalling is the way citizens reacted over here. Nobody stepped forward to help that girl who risked her life by jumping 20 feet off a balcony and tried to escape from there. But nobody stepped forward. There were cars passing the victim, but they didn't stop and help.
Absolutely appalling, but more than that, shameful. Because we as a nation have failed our daughters. We talk about safety and security of women, and the capital of our nation, Delhi, there is no safety, no security for anybody. And in this particular case, we have seen mute, complacent spectators, men who did not raise their hands, their finger, nothing to help this woman. In the Hindi films or regional films, we'll always see the hero taking off his shirt and giving it to this woman, whoever it is, the girl, so as to safeguard that honor. But even that we failed. We failed ourselves as citizens who are not honorable. Citizens who have not been able to uphold the dignity of this one woman. Citizens who are willing to keep talking, clicking likes and dislikes on social media, but unwilling to reach out and help this person when it comes to brass tacks. We are standing there witnessing, and it is not simply appalling, it is shameful, because it just shows that we as a nation are not doing what we're supposed to do. We are very, very quick to point fingers at the police, at the system, but again, as citizens, we are unwilling to take up a role that civic sense should prevail upon us. We haven't done it, and that is very, very shameful.
Right.
It just goes to show that we are only talking about other people, pointing fingers, but we are unwilling to help another woman in that kind of a distress situation.
Right. Let me bring in Priyanka Chaturvedi, spokesperson of the Congress party, who joins us on the phone line here. Priyanka, we've spoken about this. We've spoken about this before, but we've just come out of this major election. We are looking at what is called a new India. Is this the India that women want to be a part of?
So, firstly, before I start, I give my perspective. I must say that I speak not just as a spokesperson of a political party, I speak as a woman. And I hate to say it today that we have become a nation which is so busy finger pointing at someone else, not willing to look within. How our society is failing our women, how our judicial system is failing our women, how our police services are failing our women, and how the governments of the day are failing our women. We keep paying lip service to women's safety, women empowerment, etc. But we refuse to look at what we do better to ensure that our lot is a lot more better, a lot more safer. Our society, civil society, is quick to pin the blame on, a pathetic attitude of the police services or the judicial system or the governments of the day. But when it comes to themselves, they totally are hypocritical about it. So I feel ashamed when I say this. I feel, a sense of disbelief that we continue living in this hypocritical bubble of, finger pointing at everybody and refusing to make that change or be the change. It absolutely saddens me, and I think it is extremely shameful that we continue in the times that we live in the 21st century that we keep talking about, being the 50% population of this country, yet we are unable to provide a safe environment for our women.
Right. But Priyanka, it's not just this particular incident. This happened, of course, with Nirbhaya as well. We saw that she was gang raped. She was thrown out of a bus and she was left over there on the road and nobody came to her help. The question here is, what will galvanize citizens to actually step forward and help someone? Of course, the question of humanity is, of course, there. But also the fact that the criminal justice system is not really helpful to the person who steps forward to help. Will changing that help encourage citizens to take action?
Absolutely. You need to make it easier for people who are stepping out to help to be able to recuse themselves after the help is provided or the needed, people are connected to help take this forward. So it becomes a very difficult task for anyone who's stepping forward to help. They get involved in the police system, then the judicial system, and then they keep waiting for, they are the witnesses to something like this. So it becomes a never-ending loop for them, which they do not want to be a part of, which is unfortunate. So maybe somewhere we need to disconnect when someone comes forward to help and allow them to, after someone has, reached a conclusive end and has found help, they can be, eased out of the entire investigation. So these are a few things which need to be looked at. Police system needs to be reformed. More sensitization, of course, needs to take place. And citizens need to be encouraged, need to be spoken about, and they need to, it becomes important that they are told that they are equally responsible when they face something like this, they see something like this, and it goes unreported or unhelped or unaided.
Right, Priyanka, stay with us. We also have lawyer and activist Trisha Shetty now on the line. Trisha, you've been working a lot with victims of rape. Tell us this, when you take a rape victim and go to the police station, go to the hospital, how difficult it is? Is it for, the victim to get help, the victim to get any sort of redressal?
We've honestly faced a tougher time getting survivors of rape to get access to healthcare than at the hospitals. Also, by the nature of my cases, I end up dealing a lot with child sexual abuse cases. So we have noticed that there is a lot more resistance when it comes to healthcare service providers, attending to the rape victims. There's a lot more harassment that we face in that section. Coming back to what Priyanka Chaturvedi said, I strongly resonate with her points of view. But how do we increase bystander intervention? I think the first step has to be that, we have to introduce concept of, we keep coming back to this comprehensive sexual education being introduced in schools and colleges, not just talking to children about consent, but seriously taking accounts to make sure that we inculcate bystander intervention skills and possibly have a version of the Good Samaritan Act when it comes to people intervening in such cases and providing survivors with help.
Right. Priyanka, I would like to bring you in here. It is your government that is there in Karnataka, and I know that there is a Good Samaritan, a version of the Good Samaritan Act that was passed in Karnataka as well. Has that really encouraged people in Karnataka, in Bangalore, to come forward and help victims of accidents and in cases like this?
So one thing we need to understand is government on their part can bring in policy initiatives which make interventions easy, which make people, want to reach out and help. The other access needs to come, or acceptance needs to come from the civil society as well, where they feel equally responsible to come forward and help a citizen in distress, a fellow citizen in distress. If we do not see that awakening or that sense of responsibility come from the civil society, we are going to keep going around in circles and have policies in place, have a judicial system in place, have criminal charges in place, yet not see justice being done to a girl, or perhaps many women out there who do not have equal access or equal opportunity to step out and feel safe.
Right, Priyanka and Trisha, thank you very much for joining us over there. Appalling incident indeed, but what is more shameful is how Delhi reacted. Clearly a day when Delhi should hang its head in shame for not coming to the aid of that woman who was raped, who was gang raped, and who tried to jump off a balcony to save herself. Moving on, a Kannada movie producer was arrested on charges of trying to attack a woman. Veeresh attempted to assault the woman while promising her a role in his upcoming movie. Now the girl's family members were caught on tape thrashing the producer. And in another shocking story, progressive writer Yogesh Master was on March 13 attacked by unidentified persons in Davanagere. Around 10 miscreants on motorbikes smeared black oil on his face before fleeing the scene. 4 separate teams of police was formed to inquire into the alleged smearing of black oil on writer Yogesh Master on Sunday evening, and they have arrested 2 persons in connection with the incident on Monday morning. The accused have been identified as Chetan and Shiva Prasad, both residents of the Davanagere town. And staying with Karnataka, appalling incident from Bengaluru now. A Northeastern student has been allegedly assaulted by his landlord in Bengaluru. Now the student claims that the landlord not only beat him up, but also forced him to lick his shoes. This comes just 2 months after a shocking video of Northeast students being beaten up in Bengaluru had emerged. Shrija gets us more details of the incident.
I'm standing right in front of this very apartment where a Northeastern student was allegedly physically assaulted here at Hulimau. What we understand is that this particular, he's a student, the victim is a student of Christ University, and he was assaulted by the owner, one Mr. Hemant Kumar, who is an advocate, because he was physically assaulted only because he used more extra water, and enraged by this fact, the Hemant Kumar, that is the owner of this particular apartment, physically assaulted the victim. What we understand is that in the last few months we have come across quite a few Northeastern students being physically assaulted, but when we spoke to Boralingaya, the DCP of Southeast, what we understand is that already an FIR has been lodged against this particular accused, the Hemant Kumar. Also what we understand is that the investigation is underway. Hemant Kumar has been actually registered under IPC section of 352, 307, 503 of criminal intimidation, 504 of intention to provoke, breach of peace, and gesture of or act intent to insult. In fact, this particular incident is right now under investigation. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Magic Bricks now.
In this particular case, I would like to put it on record that on 6th the incident has happened, and police on Suomoto, with their own initiative, after hearing about this incident, they have searched for the victim and they have reached victim Suomoto. The victim was called along with his friends to police station and the complaint was registered about his assault. The complaint was given written in the handwriting of the victim's friend and signed by the victim. So at that particular juncture, the victim, whatever victim has said, accordingly the case was registered. Further, today, the parents of victim are here, and if they have anything about the entire incident, we are always ready to take up a further statement of the victim, and we welcome them for anything, any such thing. If they feel that there is some different angle to this particular case, we will take up the matter and we will investigate into that case also.
What about the accused, sir? Where is he?
Accused has already surrendered to the court and he has been directed to attend the investigation on the court memo. So he has he came himself and he has been bailed out. But if further things are there and further offences are coming up, the investigating officer will investigate into the matter, whatever the new facts coming in this particular investigation.
No, I'm not yet satisfied. That's why we are going to file the second FR copy to the police station, and today we are going to meet it, and the legal action must be taken against him, so that him, I think he's doing repeatedly to all the owners, land tenants person. So that's why he's behaving to my sons and his colleagues. And one of the colleagues is also from Assam, and the one is from Jharkhand, and these two boys has been beaten up by him also.
And after a historic win in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, there will now be a BJP chief minister in Goa as well. Manohar Parikar's resignation has been accepted by the President Pranab Mukherjee. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will now take over additional charge of the Defence Ministry. However, there is no word yet on who will be the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. And coming to Manipur, the Congress and the BJP continue to lock horns in the Northeastern state. Manipur Governor Najma Heptullah has asked incumbent Chief Minister Okram Ibobi Singh of the Congress to submit his resignation so that the process of formation of the next government can begin. The BJP is confident that they will have the required magic number.
At the outset, I must thank the people of Manipur for their support to the Bharatiya Janata Party. We have had a historic growth from barely 2%. We have gone to over 30% of the vote in this state within a short span of time, which clearly reflects that the people of Manipur are with Prime Minister Modi. They have liked his policies of the last 3 years. They believe and trust that Prime Minister Modi will be good for the state of Manipur. In the last 3 years, the central government has made many programs to support the people of Northeast, and I am very confident that the new government of Manipur, led by the Bharatiya Janata Party, in collaboration, in partnership with our other partners, will provide good governance, will provide a clean and honest administration, will take all sections of society together to bring change to the lives of the people of Manipur.
And the National Green Tribunal has now cracked the whip on the government for the oil spill that took place at Ennore. NGT has now asked the DG shipping to own up to the oil spill that brought Chennai coastal line to a near standstill. Shweta gets us more details.
The NGT has come down hard on the government and other agencies in a hearing of Chennai oil spill case today. Nearly 2 months have gone, but all the agencies are only trying to pass the buck. The NGT has said that DG Shipping should be responsible for this. They have in fact asked DG Shipping to provide a comprehensive report as to how much oil was spilled and mitigate the environmental impact as well. The restoration, compensation, liability and who should be liable should also be explained. The case is up for hearing on 26th of April. We'll keep you posted as further developments are expected. In Chennai, Shweta for Magic Bricks Now.
See, today the case, actually the 4 applications have come before this Honorable Court, application 14 and application 16, in which I am appearing for the Government of India on behalf of MOFCC and the National Coastal Zone Management Authority. And the matter has been gone in detail now today, and all advocates from different departments like, Director General Shipping and Coast Guard, all of them made their submissions in detail. And the matter has been adjourned to 26/4. It's been adjourned now. It's been adjourned. With regard to the MOFCC, whatever, I represented in the court stating that from our part, that a complaint has been immediately, when the complaint was heard, our team, which is the additional PPCF office Chennai, is the regional office, our MOF office, regional office is here. The regional office has gone there and inspected and have submitted a report. And that report is under examination under the central ministry now. Our ministry is now examining it. Afterwards, we will file a reply.
See, the problem is the jurisdiction point. The jurisdiction point is a very ambiguity is there in that particular issue, because still now there is no proper guidelines on who has to take up this matter for the insurance claim as well as the damages from the government, from the shipping companies. The problem is the shipping company openly said that so far we have not got the inquiry report and so far we have not got a claim from the government to pay them. See, unless we give the compensation report to them, they will pay us. That they are very clear on the shipping companies are very clear saying that so far we didn't get any kind of claim. Unless we get the claim, we are not able to pay them. So the government has to take the initiative in claiming the money. I don't know why they are delaying it, and still now the central government comes and says we take another 1 month for assessing the damages.
On to Mumbai's green lung, which is in danger. The city's new development plan, which was tabled on Monday, has put RA Colony in a newly created green zone. However, the much opposed Metro Car Shed and Zoo are still very much part of the plan. In fact, the development plan has reserved 34.41 hectares for the Metro Car Shed, while 113 hectares have been set aside for a zoo and a botanical garden. Now, if this proposal goes through, this will result in a loss of massive green cover because it involves axing of over 3,000 trees. Disha Shah gets us a ground report.
This exactly is the same spot where the Metro 3 car shed is going to come up for development. RML Colony, which is known as the green lung of the city, it has approximately 5 lakh trees, and for the development of the Metro 3 car shed, close to 30 hectares of the land is going to be used, and of course almost 3,000 trees are going to be cut, and this of course was strongly opposed and protested.
I'm very disappointed with the proposal to mark it as a green zone, because it's still, it doesn't mean there will be no construction. It just means if the government approves, there will be construction.
We just wanted to save our green lungs. If you see the pollution level and everything, every single political leader or everybody is reading, everybody is aware about that. In the entire world, there is only 2 green patches are there. So if we are not able to save this much, then what is the point to elect the government even?
We are very, very disappointed with Shiv Sena, because in saving RA was part of their manifesto. Despite Shiv Sena leading the majority, despite the mayor candidate.
हमको खाली ओरली बोला जा रहा है और हमको कागज से कुछ नोटिस है वो कुछ भी नहीं दिया जा रहा.
मेट्रो बनेंगे तो हम लोग खाएंगे क्या, और मेट्रो बनेगी तो हम लोग तो पूरा काम धंधा तो है ही नहीं.
हमारी पूरी ज़मीन उसमें मेट्रो के प्लान में गई है, और आगे क्या करना है हमें कुछ भी पता नहीं, और सरकार का भी क्या करने वाले हैं वो भी हमें कुछ पता नहीं है.
If we do not save this part of Bombay now, Bombay will become a gas chamber. So it is a request of the citizens to the government that please save RA.
And over a year since the RERA rules were drafted, project delays continue to persist. Many home buyers protested against a builder in Delhi who has delayed a project for over 3 years now. Deepa Rana sent us this report from Gurgaon.
1 year of real estate bill passed. 1 year of real estate bill becoming a law. But we have home buyers in the NCR region, in the Gurgaon region, who are still facing delays when it comes to their dream home. I have with me the home buyers of Dream Aura Universal. Sir, आपने घर लिया 2010 में, and after that the construction has stopped in 2014. How has it been like? You've reached out to the builder. When was the project, asked, when did you actually invest in this project, and what has been the situation till now?
We have booked the flat in 2010 based on the construction link plan, and we have been paying the continuous installments as per the demands from the builder, and the construction all stopped in 2014, and there has been no work going on. Our builder has already charged more than 85% of the payment from every buyer, and there are more than 500 flats in the whole project, and we are very in a difficult situation. We are trying to approach the government agencies, we are trying to approach the court for the breather, for the help, but our well-earned money is all stuck, and we are not able to get our home where we want to live.
So basically we thought that he has a commercial project, so obviously he's going to deliver their first residential project also. Builder has assured and committed that this is going to be their pioneer project. So based on his commitment and based on a builder-buyer agreement, we thought that he's going to be an honest builder, so to say. But unfortunately, the structure is not being ready, and he has charged 85%, and now we are running pillar to post. It's really a horrifying situation for all of us.
I bought this house in 2011, and I was waiting for this to get delivered by 2015. That's what the commitment was given from the builder. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. I was staying in my own house, which I have to sell just to repay my loan and stop my EMIs, right? So that's a very bad situation for me.
Actually, हम लोगों ने पूरा जो मेरी daughters का saving था, हम लोगों ने इसमें लगाया. My daughter, she is doing +2 12th board. तो उसके लिए हम लोग कुछ सोचा था, प्लान किया था उसकी मैरिज के लिए, उसको देने के लिए घर, लेकिन बट हम लोग को कुछ दिख नहीं रहा है, और हम लोगों ने बहुत इन्वेस्ट कर दिया इसमें. I booked this flat in 2010 and I lost my mother in 2013. और इन लोग का डिमांड आया, और हम लोग ने बोला कि हम लोग घर पे नहीं हैं बाद में पे करने के लिए, बट इन लोगों ने कुछ उसके ऊपर रिएक्ट नहीं किया. मेरे पास सब ईमेल्स हैं.
So this is the blatant truth on ground, that though the government promised that they are going to make the real estate sector more transparent, soon after the real estate bill became a law last year on 10th March, there was a lot of hope for the home buyers, for the real estate sector, but 1 year later, this is the situation on ground. There are home buyers holding placards over here, waiting again from the government side to actually help them get their dream homes. It is the same project delays that we were talking about 1 year earlier, and still we are talking about the same thing, same situation on ground. Has anything changed, and can we hope that in coming 2 months of time, when the government has promised that every state will have a real estate regulator in place for these errant builders who promise the home buyers, and later on these are the home buyers who run pillar to post and do not get their dream homes, can we hope from the government that they will do something, and on ground situation, will it change? This is Deepa Rana for Magic Bricks Now in New Delhi.
With that, it's a wrap on the news. Stay tuned to Magic Bricks Now for more updates.